Good morning, students. Up to now, we have completed the first chapter, integers. Today onwards, I would like to start the second chapter, which is fractions and decimals for 7th class. Now, these are the contents which are available in our textbook. So, as we have learned in the integers, here also we have to learn about the additions, subtractions, multiplications of the fractions, and also the addition, subtractions, and multiplications and divisions of the decimals. Here in this chapter, both concepts we are going to learn, both fractions and decimals, and also we are going to learn about the comparison of fractions, comparison of decimals, and also conversion of decimal into fraction, and the conversion of a fraction into decimals. So these we are going to learn in this chapter. So coming to the introduction, here we are going to learn about the different definitions in the fractions. So before going to enter into the chapter, first we have to know about what is fraction. A fraction is a number representing part of a whole where whole may be single object or a group of same objects So fraction definition you can tell in two parts, by using the single object and by using the group of same objects. So see the one example 1, a piece of circle out of 5 pieces of a single circle. A piece of circle out of 5 pieces of a single circle, we can denote it in the form of a fraction as 1/5 piece of a circle. Here the whole is a single object, which is one circle we are taking. Here the whole we are taking, see in the right side, as a single object. One circle I am taking. This is one circle. From this circle, if we made 5 parts, and from those 5 parts I am taking one part, and we denote it as out of 5 parts, one part, which is nothing but 1/5. How to read it as 1/5 part of the whole, one whole. If you take two parts like this, we can tell it as out of 5 parts, 2 parts as 2/5 of the one whole. If you take 3 parts out of 5 parts, you can tell it as 3/5 of the one whole. If it is 4 parts, you have to tell it as 4/5 of the one whole. If I am taking all the parts, out of 5 parts I am taking, then we can write it as 5/5 parts. Nothing but you can, if you divide 5/5, again you will get 1 here, means one whole. 5/5 means out of 5 parts you are taking all 5 parts, means it is nothing but one whole. Like that we can define the fraction by using a single object, or see the example here, example 2, an apple out of 5 apples. I am taking a group of same objects. Observe here in the second part of the definition, you can take the whole. May be a group of same objects. Okay, so an apple out of 5 apples also you can write as 1/5 of 5 apples. Over here 5 apples I am taking. Out of 5 apples I am taking one apple. That one apple you can write it as 1/5 of 5 apples. If I take instead of 1, 2 apples, these 2 apples are 2/5 out of 5 apples. If I take 3 apples out of 5 apples, then we can write it as a fraction 3/5 of 5 apples. So like that you can find out the fraction by using a single object as the one whole, or a group of same objects as a whole. Okay. Now we are going to learn about the fraction in the form of a mathematical definition. This is very important. In our higher classes also, you will learn the definition of the fraction like this only. A fraction can be defined as a number of the form a by b, where a and b are whole numbers and b is not equal to 0. Here a is the numerator and b is the denominator. You can write it as a by b, a comma b belongs to whole numbers, comma b is not equal to 0. So this is the short form of the total definition. A fraction can be defined as a number of the form a by b, where a and b are whole numbers and b is not equal to 0 is called the fraction. Okay, now a is the numerator and b is the denominator. And observe here, b is not equal to 0 means denominator should not be equal to 0. Denominator should not be equal to 0. Numerator may be equal to 0. Okay, so now I am writing some more examples for this fraction, which is, you know, that 2 by 3, 4 by 5, 7 by 8. These are all the different fractions, definitions, different types of fractions. So here, observe here, a and b are whole numbers only I am taking. Is there any negative number in this? No negative number. If it is negative number, this is not a fraction. This is not normal fraction. If it is a negative number, this is not a normal fraction. You have to call it as a rational number. Okay, minus 2 by 5. In the rational number, you will take a and b as integers. In the rational numbers, you will take integers as integers. Okay, so in place of whole numbers, you can write the integers in the definition of the rational numbers. Just same definition will be there. There you have to read the definition as a rational number can be defined as a number of the form a by b, where a and b are integers and b is not equal to 0. Here a is the numerator and b is the denominator. So that type of numbers are called rational numbers. So in the fractions, you should not use the negative numbers. That will not be a fraction. Negative fractions will not be there. So all are positive fractions only. Okay, so this is the definition of the fraction in the form of mathematical form. Okay, next I am going to explain about the proper fraction. In your previous classes also you may know about this proper fraction. A proper fraction is the fraction, whose numerator is less than its denominator. So I am writing one example for this. Numerator 3 I am taking and denominator as 8. Here observe here, 3 is less than 8. Numerator is less than the denominator. So this type of fractions are called proper fractions. So see one more example here, 12 by 25, where 12 is less than 25, numerator is less than denominator. 15 by 40, where the numerator 15 is less than 40. So this type of fractions are called proper fractions. Okay, next, improper fractions. So this is the reverse of the proper. An improper fraction is the fraction whose numerator is more than or equal to its denominator also. If the numerator is more than the denominator or the equal also, that type of fractions are called improper fractions. And for example, if we take 8 by 3. So observe here the numerator 8 is greater than the denominator. So this type of fraction is called improper fraction. If we take 15 by 6, here also numerator 15 is greater than the denominator 6. So this is also an improper fraction. If I take 8 by 8, observe here, as per the definition, it should be equal, if the denominator is equal to the numerator, this type of fractions are also called improper fractions. This type of fractions are also called improper fraction. If the numerator is equal to the denominator, also improper, because if you divide 8 with 8, if you divide 8 by 8, then you will get 1. Is this any fraction? It is not a fraction. So this is also an improper fraction. So what is the definition of improper fraction? An improper fraction is a fraction whose numerator is more than or greater than or equal to its denominator. So these are the examples for improper fraction. Next, mixed fraction. What is the definition of mixed fraction? When a fraction is expressed as a combination of a natural number and a proper fraction, it is called mixed fraction. It is a combination of a natural number and a proper fraction. This should be a proper fraction, and this number should be a natural number. What are the natural numbers? You know what is the set of natural numbers? They start from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All are the positive numbers only. Again, these are all positive numbers only. And proper fraction means what? Already you know that the numerator should be less than the denominator. A is less than B. So for example, I am writing here, you can take any natural number. I am taking 3 here, 3 here, plus A by B means I am taking a proper fraction. Means numerator should be less than the denominator. I am taking 4 by 6. So you can write it as 3, 4 by 6 also. 3, 4 by 6. So this type of fractions are called mixed fractions. Mixed fractions. Okay, now I am taking another example. Take any natural number here. I am taking 5 here and write any proper fraction which is 3 by 8. So this is also a mixed fraction. One more example, 7, 5 by 12. So 7 is a natural number, 5 by 12 is a proper fraction. So 7, 5 by 12 is also a mixed fraction. Mixed means we are mixing a natural number with the proper fraction. So this is called as the mixed fractions. And also any mixed fraction, again we can convert into improper fraction, and any improper fraction we can convert into mixed fraction. Observe here how we can do like that. See here, take the first example here, 5, 3 by 8 I am taking here. How to convert this mixed fraction into improper fraction? So multiply 5 with 8, and that result we add with the numerator 3 here. So observe here, 8 into 5 is how much? 40. 8 5 is 40 plus 3 by, and take the denominator whatever it is there in the here. So 40 plus 3 is 43 by 8. So this is the conversion of a mixed fraction into improper fraction. Once again you listen here, multiply this denominator and this this denominator and this natural number. 8 5 is 40 plus 40 plus 3, 43 by 8. Again we can convert this improper fraction into reverse. How to convert this 43 by 8 into the form of 53 by 8? Just you have to divide that numerator with 8 here. So how many times it divides? 8 5 is maximum. How many times you have to take here? So 8 5s are 40, 8 6 are 48. You cannot divide this. So 8 5s are 40. So what is the remainder here? 3. So now this quotient you have to take first. Next, remainder by divisor. So remainder by divisor. So quotient, remainder by divisor. This is the order you have to write again in the form of the mixed fraction. Observe here, these two are equal or not. So like this you can convert any mixed fraction into improper fraction and any improper fraction into mixed fraction. See one more example here, 7 5 by 12 I am taking. How to convert this? What is the procedure? First you have to multiply these two, and that result you have to add to the numerator, and denominator you have to write as it is. 12 sevens are how much here? 84 plus 5, 89 by 12. So this is the conversion of a mixed fraction into improper. Again I am converting this 89 by 12 in the form of mixed fraction. How to do this? So divide this 89 with 12. 12 sevens are 84. So remainder is 5. So now what is the procedure? First you have to take the quotient remainder by divisor 7 5 by 12. Again you are getting the same input. Okay, 7 5 by 12 you can convert into 89 by 12, which is improper fraction, and again improper fraction 89 by 12 you can convert into the form of mixed fraction. So this is the procedure to convert a mixed into improper and improper into mixed fraction. So now I am going to next type of fraction which is decimal fraction. So this is also a fraction, just in this type of fractions all the denominator should be in the form of the multiples of 10. Only multiples of 10 you will take. For example, 5 by 10, this is the decimal fraction because the denominator in the form of multiple of 10. So next is 7 by 100, this is also multiple of 10. 8 by 1000, this is also a multiple of, here the denominator, here also denominator is in the form of multiple of 10. So this type of fractions are called decimal fractions. Why we are calling them as decimal fractions? We can directly convert them into the decimal fraction by seeing them. So how to convert this 5 by 10? This is the 0.5. You can learn how to do this in the decimal section. So this you can convert into the form of 0.07. This you can convert in the form of 0.008. So like this you can convert any decimal fraction into the decimal number directly. So this type of fractions are called decimal fractions. Next, equivalent fractions. This is a very important concept which you have to learn, because this concept is used in converting any given number, any given fractions into ascending order and descending order. You can write them in ascending order and descending order, or you can find out the sum of the given fractions. You can find out the subtraction of the given fraction. Like that you can perform many operations by using these equivalent fractions. So observe here, what are the equivalent fractions? You can find it. Observe here, two or more fractions which represent the same part of a whole are called equivalent fractions. For example, I am taking here 3 by 5. Simply you can tell this definition in the form of like this also. If you multiply or divide both numerator and denominator with the same number, take for example I am taking 4 here. I am multiplying both numerator and denominator with the same number. So what will you get here? 3 4s are 12 by 5 4s are 20. So this 12 by 20 is an equivalent fraction of the given fraction, which is 3 by 5, equivalent fraction of the given fraction. And also you can tell the same definition in this form. If a fraction is divided by, both numerator and denominators are divided by same number. If a fraction is divided by same number, both numerator and denominator. For example, here I am taking again 4 here. What will you get here? If you divide 12 with 4, 4 3s are 12, 4 5s are 20. Again you are getting 3 by 5 or not here. So that's why 12 by 20 is nothing but 3 by 5 only in the short form. 3 by 5 only. So any fraction you can convert by using this concept into the standard form also. Any fraction you can convert into the standard form. What is meant by standard form? Which is in the short form. Can you divide again 3 and 5 with any common factor? You cannot divide this 3 and 5 with any common. There is no common factor for both numerator and denominator. So this type of fractions are called standard form fractions. Okay. So but 12 by 20 you can convert by dividing them with 4 into the 3 by 5. This is not the standard form. So any fraction you can convert by dividing them, both numerator and denominator, with the common factor into the standard form. Okay. So 3 by 5 is nothing but 12 by 20, and 12 by 20 is nothing but 3 by 5. Observe here, same fraction I am taking and multiplying both numerator and denominator with 2, what will you get here? 3 to the 6 by 10. Again I am multiplying both numerator and denominator with 5. What will you get here? 3 5 is 15 by 5 5 is 25. Here this I am again multiplying with both numerator and denominator with same number. 6 to the 12 and 10 to the 20. So here 3 by 5 is equivalent to 6 by 10 and 6 by 10 is equivalent to 12 by 20. Here 3 by 5 is equivalent to again 15 by 25 because these two are equivalent fractions. Okay, so like this you can convert, you can find out any number of equivalent fractions like this. Any number of equivalent fractions you can find out for the given fraction just by multiplying them with the both numerator and denominator with the same number. Okay, so now I am going to the next type, which is like fractions. So like fractions are fractions having the same denominator but different numerators. Like fractions are the fractions having the same denominator but different numerators. So for example, see here I am taking 3 by 8, 5 by 8, comma 6 by 8, comma 2 by 8. So these are all have the same denominator but the numerators are different. So this type of fractions are called like fractions. Like fractions are the fractions having the same denominator but different numerators. Observe here the numerators are different but the denominators are equal in each and every fraction. So this type of fractions are called like fractions. We can take some more examples. 2 by 11, 5 by 11, 4 by 11, 6 by 11, 8 by 11. These are all like fractions only because the denominators are equal here. If in any given fractions the denominators are equal, those type of fractions are called like fractions. Okay, next I am going to the next step, unlike fractions. So here this is also simple. Unlike fractions are fractions having the different denominators. There same denominators, here the different denominators. Okay, you see 3 by 8, 2 by 5, 6 by 7, 7 by 11. These are all the unlike fractions because observe here in any fraction, observe here the denominators are different. Denominators are different. Okay, this type of fractions are called unlike fractions. Next we can take another example. For this I am taking 3 by 12, 4 by 13, 5 by 17, some 12 by 15. These are all unlike fractions. So here also you observe here all the fractions have different denominators. So this type of fractions are called unlike fractions. Okay, so next comparison of fractions. Comparison of fractions. Here we are going to learn 4 methods to compare the fractions. We are going to learn 4 methods to compare the fractions. So observe here comparison of fractions having the same numerator and different denominators. Same numerator and different denominators. This is first method. Next, comparison of fractions having the same denominator and different numerators. Same denominator and different numerators. Next, comparison of fractions having different numerators and different denominators. So these are the 3 types of fractions which have same numerator and different denominators, and same denominator and different numerators, and different numerators and different denominators, different numerators and different denominators. And one more is comparison of 2 fractions with cross multiplication method. This method is applicable to compare only two fractions. Only if in any problem two fractions only given, then we can find out which one is less and which one is greater by using this cross multiplication very easily. So this is a special case. So these three are important here. Okay, comparison of fractions of having the same numerator and different denominators. How to do this? So first one. So to compare the fractions having same numerator, compare their denominators first. Numerators are already same. There is no need to compare anything. All are equal only. Then what you have to do? Compare their denominators. How you have to compare? The fraction which has smaller denominator represents the greater fraction. The fraction which has the smaller denominator represents the greater fraction, which has the greater denominator represents the smaller fraction. So this concept you have to remember to compare the fractions. Observe here, in the first fraction you have 3 by 4. First you compare these two, 3 by 4 and 3 by 13. Here the numerator is already equal. Now the denominator here it is 4, it is 13. 4 is less than 13, means the value of the fraction 3 by 4 is greater than 3 by 13. The value of the fraction 3 by 4 is greater than 3 by 13 now. Because the fraction which has smaller denominator represents the greater fraction. Since the numerators are equal already here, it is 3 and this is also 3. So 3 by 4 is greater than 3 by 13. And if you take 3 by 13 and 3 by 23 and comparing them, 3 are equal and 13 is less than 23. Therefore, 3 by 13 is greater than 3 by 23. So from these you can write that conclusion, 3 by 4 is greater than 3 by 13 is greater than 3 by 23. So like this, directly you can compare just by seeing the values of denominator. In which the denominator value is less, that fraction is greater than the remaining. Okay, so like this you can convert the given fractions. So one more example I am giving here, which is 5 by 9 comma 5 by 13 comma 5 by 12. So here how can you find out? All the numerators are equal here. So compare the denominators. First I am taking these two. So 5 by 9 and 5 by 13. In which fraction the numerator is less, that one is the greater. So 5 by 9 is greater than 5 by 13. Okay, now I am taking next two, 5 by 13 and 5 by 12. In which the numerator is less, that one is the greater here. So 5 by 13 is less than 5 by 12, means 5 by 12 is greater than 5 by 13. Okay, so from these two expressions, how can you write this? 5 by 9, and also you can find out the comparison in between first and last also. But here 5 by 9 and 5 by 12. Here also you can find that 9 is less than 12, therefore this fraction value is greater. So 5 by 9 is greater than 5 by 12. Okay, 5 by 9 is greater than 5 by 12 and 5 by 12 is greater than 5 by 13 here. From this you can write reversely, 5 by 12 is greater than 5 by 13. So this is the comparison of fractions having the same numerator and different denominators. Okay, so next I am going to the second type, comparison of fractions having same denominator and different numerators. So observe here in the example, numerators are different, all the denominators are equal, all denominators are 5s and the different numerators are given. So for this, just you have to tell the definition reverse. The fraction which has greater numerator represents the greater fraction. Greater numerator represents the greater fraction. In the previous one it is smaller denominator represents the greater fraction, but here Greater numerator represents the greater fraction. Okay, so now here observe here 31, 4, 13. So which one is greater here? 31 is greater than 13 is greater than 4. Directly you can write like this. So 31 is greater than, 13 is greater than 4. So therefore 31 by 5 is greater than, 13 by 5 is greater than 4 by 5. So like this you can compare three fractions. If the denominators are equal. If the denominators are equal, in which fraction the numerator is greater, that one is the greater itself. Okay, so take one more example here. 22 by 6. Okay, next 41 by 6. Next 7 by 6. Here the denominators are equal, no need to compare, just compare the numerator. So in which the numerator is greater, that one is the greater itself. So 22 by 6 is greater than 22 by 6 is greater than 7 by 6, but 41 by 6 is more than all. So 41 by 6 is greater than, 22 by 6 is greater than 7 by 6. So this is the procedure to find out which one is greater and which one is less if the fractions having the same denominator and different numerators. So next, comparison of fractions having different numerators and different denominators. Comparison of fractions having different numerators and different denominators. For this, you have to know a procedure. Clearly, you have to know the procedure. There are three steps in this. So find the LCM of the denominators of all the given fractions. Then convert each fraction into its equivalent fraction with denominator equal to the LCM. Next, after converting them into equivalent fractions, since the denominators are equal to all fractions, compare the numerators and arrange them in the required order. So observe here, for this, if you observe the example, you can understand the concept of these three steps. So what is the example here? Compare 5 by 6, 7 by 8, 3 by 7. Here all the numerators are different, all the denominators are also different. So to compare this type of fractions, what you have to do here now? What is the step 1 here? Find the LCM of the denominators of all the given fractions. Find the LCM of the denominators of all the given fractions. So how to find out the LCM? You know that. So I am taking here 6, 8 and 7. So take the LCM. 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. So we cannot divide 7, write it as it is. Next, you cannot divide 3, write it as it is. 2 2s are 4 and 7. So now again divide with 2. 3, 2 1s are 2, 7. So now again take 3 here. 3 1s are 3, cannot divide 1, write it as it is, and you cannot divide 7, write it as it is. And again divide with 7. Up to getting ones in the last row, you have to continue this process like this only. So now you have to multiply the divisors 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 7, which is equal to, if you multiply this, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24, 24 7s are 168, 24 7s are how much? Once you check, 7 4s are 25, 7 2s are 14 plus 2, 168. So this is the LCM. So how to find out the LCM? You know this in the previous classes also. This is the first step. Okay, next, what is the step number 2 here? Convert each fraction into its equivalent fraction with denominator equal to the LCM. The denominator equal to the LCM. So here, what is the LCM here? What is the LCM here? 168. Okay. So now take the first fraction first here. So 5 by 6, and in each and every fraction we have to convert its denominator as 168. Its denominator as 168. Here also, by multiplying which numbers you will get 168, you have to find out here. So here also you have to convert the denominator as 168. For 3 by 7 also you have to find out that by multiplying which number you will get the denominator as 168, you have to find out here. Okay. So next, you see, observe here, how many times of 6 is 168, you see here in this. So 2 3s are 6 here up to here. Here 2 2s are 4. Here 7. 6 into how many times is 168 here? 7 4s are 28. 28 6 are 168. Okay. So by multiplying the denominator 6 with 28, you are getting 168. So now you know what is the concept of equivalent fraction. How can you find out the equivalent fraction here, which is having the 168 as the denominator? You see, you are multiplying the denominator with 28, so you have to multiply the numerator also with the 28. Then it will convert into its equivalent fraction. Okay, now you are multiplying both numerator and denominator with the same number, and you are getting the 168 as the LCM, which is equivalent to the LCM. Okay, so 528s are how much here? 140 you will get. 528s are 140. Now here also you have to convert the denominator as 168. By multiplying which number with 8, you will get 168. See here. 8 into how much is 168, you can find out here. See here, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8 up to here, you know. Into 3 into 7 is 168. Means by multiplying 3 7s are 21. Okay, 3 7s are 21. 8 into 21 you will get 168. So you have to multiply 8 with 21 to get 168. So to find out the equivalent fraction of 7 by 8, you have to multiply both numerator and denominator with 21. So by multiplying 7 by 21, you will get 147. Okay. So 147 by 168 is nothing but equivalent fraction of the 7 by 8, which is having the same denominator, which is 168. Okay. So next, here also by multiplying which number with 7, you will get 168 here. Observe here, already it is 7 is there. Remaining numbers 8 into 3 is there. 8 3s are 24. 24 7s are 168. So you have to multiply with 24. So 7 4s are 28. 7 2s are, here already you see 168 is there. 24 7s are 168, you know. Okay, so now you have to multiply numerator also with the 24. So 3 24s are here, 72. Okay, step 2 is over. What is the step 2 here? Convert each fraction into its equivalent fraction with denominator equal to the LCM. Its denominator equal to the LCM. Observe here, in each fraction the denominator is equivalent to LCM, and all are the equivalent fractions of the given fraction. All are the equivalent fractions of the given fraction. Why they are equivalent fractions of the given fraction? Both the numerator and denominator you are multiplying with the same number. So 5 by 6 is nothing but 140 by 68. 7 by 8 is nothing but 147 by 168. 3 by 7 is nothing but 72 by 168. Now you have converted all the fractions which are having the same denominator. Now you can compare them easily. Which are having the same denominator and different numerators. How to compare them? Since the denominators are equal, you can compare that in which the numerator is less, that is lesser one. Okay. So observe here again in the previous one, comparison of the fractions which are having the same numerator, same denominator and different numerators. in which the greater numerator, that is the greater one, in which the smaller numerator, that is the smaller one. So like that, here also you can find out that which one is greater and which one is lesser. So since the denominators are equal, compare the numerator. So I am writing again here. First one is the 140 by 168. 140 by 168, which is equivalent to 5 by 6. And second one is 7 by 8, which is equivalent to 147 by 168. And third one 3 by 7, which is equivalent to 72 by 168. So now 168. Now you can compare which one is greater and which one is less. Here, since 72 is less than 140 is less than 147, so you have to write reversely. 72 is less than 140 is less than 147, in which 147 you can convert, you can compare this as 72 by 168 is less than 140 is less than 168, which is less than 147 by 168. 147 by 168. Observe here, if the numerator is less, that is less. If the numerator is greater, that one is the greater one. Okay. So now this is the procedure to compare the given fractions. So next one, comparison of two fractions with cross multiplication method. This method already I told you, this method is applicable to compare two fractions only. This method is applicable to compare two fractions only. The above methods can be used for more than two fractions also. Here we are using to compare the three fractions, this method. So here we have to use this method only for two fractions. So I am taking the two fractions 2 by 5 and 7 by 3. So cross multiplication means just you have to multiply the numerator 2 with the denominator 3, and you have to multiply the numerator 7 with denominator 5. Observe here, I am multiplying, first I am taking this numerator and multiplying with the denominator 3. So 2 3s are how much? First I am writing here 2 into 3 here. Why I am writing 2 into 3 here only? Here also you have to write. You should write the product should be right under the first number only. I am taking first number as this numerator. Okay, so you should write here only under the first number. Okay, and here first number I am taking 7, so you should write here 7 into 5 in the right side only. Under this number only, under first number only you have to write this product. So now multiply this 2 3s are 6. Here 7 5s are 35. Which one is less and which one is greater? 6 is less than 35. Therefore, the corresponding fraction 2 by 5, the corresponding fraction of 6 is how much? 2 by 5 here, which is under 2 by 5. The corresponding fraction for 35 is how much? 7 by 3, which is under 7 by 3. So 2 by 5 is less than 7 by 3. So like this we can compare the given fractions. So I am giving one more example here. 3 by 8 and 4 by 7. So how to compare this? It's very easy. So multiply this numerator with this denominator. I am starting from here. So you should write under this only. Under 3 only, under first number only, how to write this product. So 3 into 7, and now 4 into 8 you should write here. 4 into 8 you should write here only, under 4 only. So now 3 7s are 21, here 4 8s are 32, which is less than 32. So corresponding fraction for 21 is 3 by 8, which is under 3 by 8, you should write 3 by 8 here. Corresponding fraction for 32 is equal to 4 by 7. So write the same less than here also. Okay, 3 by 8 is less than 4 by 7. Like this you can compare easily any given two fractions just by cross multiplying the numerator with the denominator of the other fraction. So this is the comparison of two fractions with cross multiplication method. Take one more example. 3 by 12 and 5 by 6. So multiply 3 into 6, right under 3 only. I am starting from 5 here, so 5 into 12, right under 5 by 6. So 3 6 are 18 here, 5 12 are 60 here, 18 is less than 60, you know that. So what is the corresponding fraction for 18 here? 3 by 12, which is less than, what is the corresponding fraction for 60 here? 5 by 6. So 3 by 12 is less than 5 by 6. Like this you can compare any two fractions by using this cross multiplication method without using the previous methods. Okay, if the given fractions are only 2. Okay, next. Addition and subtraction of fractions. Addition and subtraction of fractions. So here also you have to use the equivalent fractions concept. Okay, so what is the procedure for this? We can add or subtract any number of fractions, not only two fractions, not only three, any number of fractions if they are like fractions only. If they are like fractions only, first you have to convert the given fractions or like fractions if they are not like fractions. If they are not like fractions, first you have to convert them into like fractions and then only you can add. So that is, if their denominators are equal only, you can add or subtract the numerators and write the sum or difference of the given fractions. So for addition and subtraction, all the fractions should be in the form of like fractions, then only we can add. So observe here, first I am taking the like fractions only here. Like fractions means you know that in which fractions the denominators are equal, those two fractions are called like fractions. See, the denominator here also 13, here also 13. So these two are like fractions. So it's very easy to add them. What is the procedure for finding the sum of the given two like fractions? Just add the numerators only, because the denominators are already equal. Write it as it is and write the numerator as the sum of the two given or three given numerators. So 5 plus 6, which is 11 by 13. So if I take 6 by 18 plus 7 by 18, here the denominators are equal, means these two are fractions are like fractions, so it's very easy to add them. So write the denominator as it is 18 and the numerator you should add the given two numerators of the fractions. So 6 plus 7 is equal to 13 by 18. It's very easy. Okay, so if the given two fractions are like fractions, it's very easy to add them, and also you can subtract the given fractions also. So I am taking here 11 by 17 minus 9 by 17. Here also observe here two denominators are equal, so these two are like fractions. Like fractions means take the denominator as it is and subtract the numerators if it is subtraction symbol in between these two. So 11 minus 9 is 2 by 17. So one more example, 13 by 21 minus 6 by 21. How to subtract here? Already denominators are equal, means these two are like fractions, so just subtract the numerators. 13 minus 6, which is equal to how much here? 7 by 21. So this is the procedure to addition and subtraction of the like fractions only. If the given two fractions are unlike fractions, what is the procedure to find out the addition, sum and difference of the given unlike fractions? So 3 by 4, I am taking 3 by 4 and 1 by 5. Observe here, both the denominators are different, means these two are unlike fractions. So what is the procedure to find out the sum of the given two unlike fractions? First you have to take the LCM of the denominators. What are the denominators here? LCM of 4 comma 5 is equal to, so if the given two numbers are having no common fraction, no common divisor, so just you have to multiply them. To find out the LCM. What is the product of 4 and 5? 4 5 is a 20. So itself is the LCM. No need to find out by using this method, by using the prime factorization method. So you see, observe here, by finding like this also you will find out the 20. So 2 2s are 4. So here you have to bring down the 5 because 2 will not divide the 5. Again divide 2 1s are 2, 5. So now again divide with 5 here, 2 5 1s are 5 here. So you got 1 1 in the last row. So just you have to take the divisors and multiply them. 2 into 2 into 5, which is 2 2s are 4, 5 4, 2 2s are 4, 4 5s are 20. So here also you are getting, no need of doing like this. If the two numbers have no common factors, so just multiply them to find out the LCM. So LCM is the 20 here. So now what is the procedure to find out the sum of these two fractions? Just take the first fraction here and convert this fraction as the denominator as 20. How to convert the denominator as 20 here? By multiplying which number you will convert the denominator as 20 here? Multiplying with 5. How many times 4 divides 20 here? How many times 20 divides the divided by the 5 times. So you should write 5 here. 4 5s are 20. So with the same number, multiply the numerator also. With the same number, multiply the numerator also. Because we have to find out the equivalent fraction of the 3 by 4. So 3 5s are 15 by 20. So 15 by 20 is the equivalent fraction of the 3 by 4. There is no change in the value. So now take the second fraction, 1 by 5, and by multiplying which number you will get 20 in the denominator here. So multiplying with 4. So 5 4s are 20. So you have to multiply the numerator also with the 4. 1 4s are 4. So observe here, both the fractions became like fractions because the denominators are equal here. So now you can compare, or now you can add, now you can subtract. So to compare, add or subtract, both the fractions should be equivalent, like fractions. Both the fractions should be like fractions. Now add them. Just I am taking 15 by 20 plus 4 by 20. So since the denominator is equal, just add the numerator. So 15 plus 4 is equal to 19 by 20. So this is the answer for given problem. So which is 3 by 4 plus 1 by 5, which is equal to 9 by 20. Okay. So first you have to take the LCM of the denominator, which is 20. Now you have to convert both the fractions which is having the denominator as the equivalent to the denominator is equivalent to the LCM by converting them into its equivalent fractions. Now these two fractions are like fractions. Just add the numerators and find out the sum of the given fractions. Okay. Now take example 2 here. 3 by 5 minus 7 by 13. 3 by 5 minus 7 by 13. So here also you have to find out the same procedure, LCM of 5 comma 13. Here also there is no common factor for 5 and 13. Just multiply them, which is equal to 5 13s are 65. So this is the LCM. So now I am taking the first fraction. So convert it as its equivalent fraction, which is having the denominator as equivalent to the LCM, 65. So by multiplying which number you will get 65 here with 5, 13, you know here, okay, 13. So you have to multiply both numerator and denominator with 13. 3 13s are 39. Okay, now take the second fraction, 7 by 13. Here also by which number you have to multiply the denominator to get the 65. So observe here, 13 5s are 65. So you have to multiply with 5. So now you have to multiply the numerator also with 5 to get the equivalent fraction of 7 by 13. 7 5s are 35. Observe here, both the fractions are like fractions. Now you can subtract. Take the first fraction, which is corresponding to 3 by 5, which is 39 by 65. And the second fraction which is corresponding to the second fraction, which is 35 by 65. Observe here, both the denominators are equal, so write it in the denominator. So subtract the numerators. 39 minus 35, which is equal to 4 by 65. So this is the procedure to find out the sum or difference of the given two fractions. Okay. So this is the procedure to find out the addition and subtraction of the unlike fractions also. Okay. Next, if in any problem more than two fractions are given, what you have to do? Here also observe here, and in some problems they may give mixed fractions also. So what is the procedure here? First you have to convert them into improper fractions. So how to convert this 8 5 by 6 into improper fractions? Already I explained in the concept of mixed fractions. Just multiply. So again I am taking here 5 by 8 5 by 6, multiply 8 and 6, and that sum you have to multiply with, you have to add with that product, you have to add with 5. So 8 6 are 48, 8 6 are 48 plus 5, and the denominator is 6 here. 6 8 are 48 plus 5, which is equal to how much here? 53 by 6. 53 by 6. So this is the improper fraction of the first fraction. Next, convert the second fraction, which is 3 by 8 I am taking. So you first ignore this minus and 3 by 8. So now 8 3 is a 24 plus 3, numerator by denominator 8. So this is 27 by 8. Take the third fraction, which is 7 by 12. So multiply these two. 12 ones are 12 plus 7. 12 ones are 12 plus 7 by 12. Denominator 12. 12 plus 7 is 9 by 12. 9 by 12. So now observe here, these three fractions are again improper and also unlike fractions also, because all the numerators are different and all the denominators are also different. 19 by 12. So 19 by 12. Now take the signs which are in between them here. So now it is 53 by 6 minus 27 by 8 plus 19 by 12. 19 by 12. So now this is the problem converted into the improper fraction format. Okay. So take the LCM of 6, 8 and 12, because 6, 8 and 12 have common factors. You can take prime factorization method for this. So 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, 2 6s are 12 here. Next again 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6 here. Again by 2 1s are 2, 3 here. Again by 3 1s are 3, 1 1. So last row is 1 here. So multiply 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24. So what is the LCM here? 24. Multiply all these. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24. So LCM is 24. So take the first fraction now, 53 by 6, and convert it as the LCM as the denominator. So 24. By how much you have to multiply the denominator with 6 to get the 24 here? 6 4s are 24. You know that. It's very easy. So multiply both numerator and denominator with 4. So 6 4s are 24. 53 4s are how much here? 212 you get. Okay. So now the first fraction is 212 by 24. Take the second fraction now, 27 by 8. So by multiplying which number, the denominator will become as 24 which is equivalent to LCM. So 8 threes are 24, isn't it? So 8 threes are 24. So multiply both numerator and denominator with the same number to get the equivalent fraction of this 27 by 8. So it is 27 threes are 81. So 81 by 24. Next 19 by 12. 19 by 12. So by multiplying which number, the denominator will become as 24 here. You know that 12 2s are 24. So multiply both numerator and denominator with 2 here. So which is equivalent to equivalent fraction you can find. 19 2s are 38. So 38 by 24. Observe here, all the three fractions will become as, observe here, like fractions. So now you can apply the operations in between them. So first fraction which is equivalent to 212 by 24. What is in between two fractions? Minus 81 by 24 plus. Next one is plus here. So the equivalent fraction for this one is 38 by 24. 38 by 24. Now all the fractions became as the like fractions. So take the denominator which is common to for all and apply the operations in between them. 212 minus 81 plus 38. 212 minus 81 plus 38. So first add the both positive numbers first. So I am taking 212 and 38. 8 plus 2 is 10 here. 3 4 5 250. Now subtract this 81 from this. So 10 minus 1 is 9 here. 14 minus 8 is 6 1. So 169. So 169 by 24. Observe here, now again it is in the form of improper fraction, but the problem is given in the form of mixed fractions. So how to convert this improper fraction into mixed fraction? Divide the numerator with denominator. So divide 169 with 24. 24 you can divide 7 times here. So which is equivalent to 168. Denominator is 1 here. Remainder is 1 here. Okay. Now how to write this? First you have to take the quotient here, remainder by divisor. Quotient, remainder by divisor. So this is the procedure. First you have to take the quotient and then remainder by the divisor. So 7 1 by 24 is the sum of these three fractions. Okay. So next, this is exercise 2a. From the next class I am going to explain the problems from exercise 2a. So up to now I am going to conclude this session. Good day all of you.